Like the bone broth, you know, like I'm gonna pass on that. It doesn't taste bad, it just like doesn't sound great. It sounds like it's something a caveman would eat. Like just old bones and like, you know, overall, right? What is that? Bone broth, gross.
Hey Jeremy, it's Men's Health. We're here to see your gym and fridge.
Men's Health. You're late, come on in. Katie, come on. So this is my fridge. It's not mine, I'm renting this out.
So what does Jeremy Renner eat in a day?
I eat pretty clean, you know, it's usually a meat and a vegetable, kind of boring, but kind of how it has to be. And then I always have cheat days, so this is like part of my lifestyle anyway. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's like raw cookie dough, for God's sakes, okay? I'm not like the king of health, but I also like can do this for the rest of my life. To me, it's always about balance. What you put in your body is your fuel, so you should be conscious of that, even if it is a beer or whatever, right? You just be conscious about the amount and how much and when you do it.
What kind of staples do you always have in your fridge?
This is my mom's, by the way. The rosé is from my mom. And this is definitely, you know, my mom's too. Blame all the bad stuff on my mom. She's gonna kill me. Well, I do use these all the time for my coffee. Always these, because I always have to find ways to get protein in my body. It's like the number one thing I have to do in like my recovery and building my body back up from being such atrophy and all that stuff.
The dramatic body camera video shows first responders racing to rescue Jeremy Renner after a 7-ton plow nearly crushed the Avenger star to death.
You know, to me, I think my life will even out some in the future where I won't have to be so protein heavy, and then I can open up the diet to other things. I'll always have to be in recovery for the rest of my life, so I'll always find patterns, healthy patterns to model. But it'll shift, right? Like life does. Life is always going to keep serving us different things. But for my health and my wellness, I have to find positive patterns to help my body recover. And it's been doing a great job so far by giving it and feeding it and stretching it and torturing it and doing all the things I need to do. And it seems to be working, and I'll continue to do it. And I will have to, or I'll lock up and won't be walking again.
How has your diet changed over the past few years?
Well, I think, you know, I've always been pretty decent at eating, and diet typically is to me, I still have to just get protein in my body to build back up to strength and energy.
So what does Jeremy Renner eat in a day?
Yeah, start off always with espresso with my protein and my silk milk and that. But usually I'll just have some eggs, you know, a little bit of bacon, you know, tomato slices, my typical morning meal. That gives me the energy to get through the day with some protein shakes, things like that. Sustain me to like maybe an evening meal, and that's typically some sort of meat, vegetables, and then that's it.
So what do you put on a protein shake?
Typically I'll do like fresh fruit, your protein powder. I have it over here. Yeah, a lot of probiotic stuff, creatine, that's a collagen creamer. There's some flaxseed stuff. Typically some chia seeds.
What kind of supplements do you take?
You kind of with supplements, I kind of come and go with them, right? Like any vitamin, kind of week on, week off. I don't do it every day, all the time. I don't mind these. These are a lot easier to consume because they're just in your tongue, right? But this is all like, you know, I've had to operate off blood panels. Blood panels is just shows you what your body's creating and not creating, where it's lacking, from hormonal levels to just your entire blood panel is really like a map of what your body's doing well and what it's doing poorly.
Do you take anything for your joints?
That's a lot of stuff in peptides. You know, I do IV drips every week, not just for hydration, but to get real minerals and real vitamins through my blood. It's the greatest cheat code thing I've done since my accident. Is those have been you can feel instantly, but it's very effective immediately. Kind of like maybe Advil would be for a headache. You can feel it. Most other things kind of take a month or so, 2 months to have a real effect in your body. Even like some of the stuff you'll see in the gym, like you'll see a hyperbaric chamber, I do red light therapies, a lot of heat and vibration therapies. I mean, I'll say no to nothing, yes to everything, and let's see what works. Because no one knows the answers to how to fix this whole situation, right? So I just kind of went with everything. There's still the idea of stem cells and exosomes and these type of things that for injections, and I got a lot of stuff to try.
So is there anything you don't like?
I mean, it's a lot of things popped in my head when I said what I don't like. I don't like mean people, you know. It's selfish people. I really hate that. I think my doc, I have a wellness doctor that helps me with a lot of the things. He's giving me like bone broth and all this stuff. Stuff I don't like almonds, right? If these have it, yeah. I'm not gonna eat these dry almonds. First of all, my mouth is completely jacked up inside. I can't chew on almonds. I can't chew on nuts because my teeth don't line up in the back. Or like the bone broth, I'm gonna pass on that. It doesn't taste bad. It just doesn't sound great. It sounds like it's something a caveman would eat. Like just old bones and overall, right? What is that? Bone broth, gross. Not doing it. And I think he has that's what else is in here? I bet you it's a lot of his crap. Yeah, I know this is good for you, but I'm not doing it, right? I'm not doing it. There's still 2 of them in there. You know what? It probably is good till 2036, and there's a problem with that. I don't know why, but it's not my thing.
What kind of protein do you take?
But typically with the protein powders and things nowadays, they have so much flavor in the menu. Some of them have too much, like those. It's like randomly, they have these. Well, they're a marvel. I haven't used these ones. Some of them like a cupcake flavored birthday cake, Star Spangled birthday cake. Star Spangled awesome, okay? I don't know, I haven't had this one yet, but it sounds a little too much like a party in my mouth when I'm just trying to get some protein in. I don't know yet. Maybe it's great, but I'll try it. I got it.
Do you eat any cheat meals?
To cheat, I like this kind of stuff, this cheat stuff, because I do have a sweet tooth, but at least it's a little bit kind of guilt-free. I don't know if you guys have tried it. Like these are like my favorite. Closest to Reese's, right? It's like, yes! So I give myself a cheap weekend even. I'll just eat whatever I want, do whatever I want. Or even I'll do it daily. I'll have one daily thing that I'm like, this is not good for me, but I don't care. Because I do so many things that are about my health, my wellness, and getting better, and most of it tastes like crap, and most of it is unfun. So I want to enjoy my life, this next little round of life I have in front of me, so I'm not gonna suffer by not eating cookie dough once in a while.
I hear that you're a taco king.
It's a fun thing. What else are you gonna do on a Tuesday? It starts the week off real nice, and my daughter's always loved it, and they're easy. It's always fresh ingredients, and so you can't go wrong with it, right? It's all the same stuff. You can put it in a taco, put it in a tostada, roll it up in a burrito. It's all the same stuff, right? But it's all fresh ingredients, so it's pretty dang great.
Do you like hot sauce?
Oh yeah, I'm a hot sauce king, man. I love me some hot sauce.
How about nachos?
That's more my daughter, and my friend Rory likes to make his Canadian nachos, if there's such a thing. Yeah, nachos. Yeah, I had that the other night, so that's my late night snack that I feel guilty about.
What's the hardest diet you've ever tried?
I don't know. I don't really diet. I've never dieted. I think, fasting, that's easy because if it's a 4-day fast, it's just for 4 days.
When did you need to fast?
I had to right before this job in early January for the new year, because I had a lot of issues of the fat around my organs wouldn't come off because it's still in survival mode. And I was working out, he's doing all I could, and I just was gaining weight, and I was eating well. So I went on a fast to shock my body like you would in a cold bath or in a hot bath or whatever, shock your body into almost torture, and then it sort of recalibrates and you reset your system. And in doing so, then it started to shed all that weight, and I dropped like 25 pounds and got to, I gained muscle back, but more muscle. But it wasn't easy, but I had to do that fast.
What does your pre-workout look like?
Yeah, so pre-workout, it's changed. It used to take about an hour to do a pre-workout before I could work out. And with progress and time and a little bit of tenacity, now my pre-workout's about maybe 15, 20 minutes. You'll see one's is this torture device which stretches your hips. I warm up on that with a red light therapy mask. I gotta multitask always. And then we get into pushing some weight around. So speaking of pre-workouts, let's go check it out.
All right, let's see that gym.
So I guess this is it. This is the gym. This is where I start my day and get warmed up. And lucky to have it. It's a necessity. And getting better is my motivation to come in this gym.
How has your workout changed since your accident?
I mean, I don't know. There's certain sort of gifts I think that sort of came from the accident that, it's just with pain it doesn't exist. Bad days don't exist. How about that? Bad days don't exist in my life. It's impossible. It is in our mind and in our power to navigate through that. I know it's mentally exhausting, but it's so worth it. It allows me to be more proactive in this gym physically, which gives me more energy, feeds upon itself, and I'm grateful for that.
What does your workout look like?
Well, I think I listen to my body, and what does my body need? I don't do anything in the gym for vanity muscles. Even if I was just had no injuries to deal with, I'd probably do core strengthening, endurance, things like that. I personally work on whatever my body tells me to work on. Like my hips were crushed, my knees were crushed, my ankles were crushed, a lot of them were replaced. So I work on mobility. I don't enjoy these things. I have to do it every day, but I do it, and it does pay off.
What does leg day look like?
Leg day is sort of every day, because I have to overcompensate for a lot of tendon issues, the metal in my legs, I have to work through blood flow. I don't want blood clots, issues with that, inflammation. I think these are things that just normal bodies deal with, but a real, difficult accident, the recovery is, I have to really, really work on my legs. So it's leg day kind of every day. Because I feel like I'm 90, I'm like Benjamin Button. In the morning, I feel 90 years old, I get out of bed, and it's like want to die. And then slowly throughout the day, I reverse age till I feel about 45 now. And it's not bad. So it's something to look forward to.
What does your cardio look like?
Running now is I can do a little bit. I can't go far. New ankles and new tendons and all this new stuff. It takes a long time to work back into that torque.
You're like Steve Austin, the $6 million man.
Yeah, I feel like it costs more than that. I think with inflation, it might be the $26 million man.
Did you do any particular training with Tom Cruise for Mission Impossible?
Yeah, we got to do a lot of training and stunts, and I think one of my first big stunt movies was with Tom on that Mission Impossible, and he's the one that sort of got me on this journey because I was doing Avengers, a bunch of Bourne Legacy, all these ones afterwards, and he really got my mindset to think of it like a sport and train like a pro athlete too, and he had the access to the greatest people to train you in every skill set we needed, and that was pretty awesome. And I do love sport, right? And to think of it like a pro sport, like a pro athlete is great, man. That's part of the reason why I'm still here. I mean, that got me through an accident. The body awareness, to understand, like physical therapy, all these things, like the mechanics of the body. It's not just stunts, right? It's all the understanding of your body and how to repeat these actions without getting injured as well. It's so expensive to a production if you get injured. The most harrowing thing to do on camera is just run. You can roll your ankle, no one gives a shit about where you're running, you just do it. Everything else is prepared. Typically if you're on a wire or if you're throwing punches or doing all this stuff, that's all prepped and rehearsed. Just go run, no one rehearses that. But any little thing in your path, you can roll your ankle and then you're not even running anymore, you're not even walking again. So that's what Tom and I were sort of agreeing upon,
How did you train to be a sharpshooter?
Sharpshooter, well, that is different because I did train with an Olympic gold medalist for rifles, and there was SWAT, and it was a great skill set. I love it. It's a fun sport. I really, really enjoy it.
Do you have any tattoos?
Yeah, I don't know. You noticed it, right? So, yeah, there's one on my back of my neck about that all the Avengers got. We all designed and all got the same tattoo to sort of celebrate and cement our love and friendship that we've had for over a decade and a half even.
Do you have any scars?
Yeah, I think, all my, I never really had scars before. They were probably more emotional and spiritual scars, Now I have some physical ones, but the physical ones aren't even from the accident. They're just because of the accident. They're all the surgery scars. There's only like one scar on my head that was actually from the steel, but everything else is underneath the skin. But the surgeries were all because of the accident. And those scars are I don't really see them, Scars in the I see the one on my chest, this one where they inflate the lung. All those are just reminders, of of a beautiful, beautiful day that could have been a really bad day.
What music do you listen to when you work out?
My daughter has a playlist. It's pretty awesome. That I made it onto the playlist, which was great. Thank you, Ava. She's got a lot of Dua Lipa and Taylor Swift and all that stuff, but she also likes a lot of Journey and Creedence and all this other cool stuff. Foreigner, she loves Foreigner. So I play her playlist, and it brings me close to her because she's not here with me. And I giggle every time I hear one of my songs on there. I'm like, yeah, she loves me.
All right, it's rapid fire time. Workout time, 7 a.m. or 7 p.m.?
7 a.m.
Squat or deadlift?
Deadlift.
Favorite song in your playlist?
Houdini.
CrossFit, yay or nay?
No.
Pull-ups or chin-ups?
Pull-ups.
Dumbbells or kettlebells?
Dumbbells.
Run on the treadmill or the great outdoors?
I have to run on a treadmill.
Cardio or weights?
Weights.
Big legs or big arms?
Both.
Biggest compliment, jacked, ripped, cut, or swole?
Jacked.
If you could work out with anyone, dead or alive, who would it be?
How about Arnold? You guys gotta get the heck out of here, man. I'm having too much fun.